Hey, welcome back to the channel. Google Stadia. Is it really going to be a console killer? Or is Google just pissing in the wind? Let's talk about it. For those of you who don't know, Stadia is a cloud gaming service by Google, capable of streaming up to 4K resolution at 60 frames per second. And it's launching November of this year, 2019. It's being touted as the Netflix of gaming, which it's not, but we'll get into that. While this is Google's big move into gaming as a service, I really don't think it's ready for prime time. So let's dive into it. While I do like the idea of Stadia, it's a big idea, but it has three main caveats that I believe it's doomed to fail, at least in the short term. Now, maybe a decade, 2 decades from now, I think it'll be a good service. But as for the way things are now, no, it's not a good service. At least for a majority of people. The first main problem with Stadia is, as this is not a console, it's going to rely on Google servers running 24/7 with no downtime. And we've all seen, services like YouTube go down because Google servers go down. If this happens with Stadia, having a buttload of pissed off customers is something that Google needs to avoid if it wants Stadia to take off and have good word of mouth. This may be the era of internet and digital marketing, but word of mouth is still a powerful force to be reckoned with. Let's say your friend has one and hates it. You'll probably think twice before getting one for yourself. This first issue will probably be the easiest one for Google to overcome, compared to the next two. The second issue that arises is Google Stadia has been touted as the Netflix of gaming. It's not, and I wish they'd quit using the reference. So let's dive into pricing. For $9.99 a month, you get Stadia Pro, and you can stream your games to your heart's content. But for AAA titles, you'll still have to purchase the game at full retail price. I don't remember my Netflix subscription charging me extra, other than the subscription fee itself, to watch movies and TV shows. So, like I said, I wish the powers that be would quit using the Netflix comparison. And now here comes my third and the biggest reason that there's going to be problems with Google Stadia: internet bandwidth. Google has said that they recommend an internet speed of 10 megabits per second for 720p gaming. For 1080p, gaming will require 20 megabits per second and 4K 35 or more. This will be Google's biggest hurdle. You see, every ISP inflates the internet band speeds they report. Let's say 10 people get 100 megabits per second and 5,000 get 2 megabits per second. That ISP will report they provide 50 megabits on average. While not technically a lie, it does not show the full picture. Stadia will only be good for major metropolitan areas, where the recommended speeds may be obtainable. Let's look at my county. Forgive the crudeness of this image, but hopefully it'll get my point across. I'm from the South, if you couldn't tell already from my accent. This map is approximately 20 square miles. While the largest city does get up to 100 megabits per second, and a couple others scattered around, other places don't get any. They have a big goose egg. No broadband actually is available. My county has a population of about 38,000 people. Not very big. The largest town has over 13,000 people. So if you do the math, about 25,000 people live in rural areas. That's about 65% of the population of the entire county. And they do not meet the requirements for Stadia. Now, this is not a fault of Google. This is an ISP problem. The federal government has been sinking money, our money I might add, the taxpayer, into rural ISP for years. But with misappropriation of funds and other issues, like burying fiber optic cables all over a certain county with no intention of ever hooking them up. And yes, there is a county where I live that has done that. But like I said, this is not Google's problem, but it is something Stadia will have to deal with. As you can see, broadband coverage does not always allow for use of Stadia. And it's not just in this county or state. From the research I've done, this scenario plays out all across the United States. But tell me what you think about Google Stadia. Are you excited? Not so much? Tell me in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Until next time, I'm out of here. You all have a good one.